Okay, we're going to look at the property of parallelograms and a quadrilateral that's a parallelogram. And we're going to look at this flow chart here. Now, a quadrilateral is any shape that has four sides, but a parallelogram is a special type of quadrilateral. And what are its properties? Well, like you'd think, it's a parallelogram, so it's two pairs of parallel lines that are opposite each other. The opposite sides are equal to each other. The opposite angles are equal to each other. And something very special, the two diagonals that you cut across here, they bisect each other. They cut each other into two equal pieces. Those are all the properties of a parallelogram. Now, it turns out that a rectangle, it has all of the properties. It is a parallelogram. And so is a rhombus, and so is a square. But a rectangle is a special type of parallelogram where all the angles are 90 degrees. And something else special about a rectangle, the diagonals are exactly the same length. Now, a rhombus has all the properties of a parallelogram, but all the sides are the same length. All the sides are the same length, like a square. But a rhombus has all the sides that are the same length, but something special. The diagonals cut across each other and make 90 degrees. Their diagonals are perpendicular to each other. Now, a square is a special type of parallelogram. It's a special type of rectangle. It's even a special type of rhombus, where all the sides are equal. Well, you know that about a square, but all the angles are 90 degrees. The way this flowchart works is really important. Now, I just went over it kind of quickly and told you all the properties of a parallelogram. You know a lot of them, but you have to know that a rectangle is a special type of parallelogram, a rhombus is a special type of parallelogram, and a square is a special type of all of those things above it. Now, we have in our notes, we have in words all these things, all the properties of a parallelogram. And there they are about the diagonals and the angles and the sides. You should look at them and you should make sure you know them. You need to know them for the geometry problems you do in grade 10, 11, 12. You have to know those things. You don't have to think, oh, I have to learn a ton of things, because you already know them. You know that a square is all the sides are the same length. You know it's 90 degrees in the corner for a rectangle and a square. So you know most of these things. Just make sure you know all of them. You know them off the top of your head. We're going to do some problems where you have to classify and solve these things. Name the parallelograms which have these properties. There may be more than one. So which one of the parallelograms has four right angles? Well, you could go to this thing here and think, okay, which one has four right? Oh, I'm kind of looking at it, right? There's my answer. There's the right angles, a rectangle and a square. So that's not so hard. This is a nice exercise. You tick all the boxes that fit a square, rectangle, rhombus, or parallelogram. Read the thing here and then tick the box if you think it fits. And then there's some questions that we have to do on this. Opposite angles are equal, so you can figure out B. Well, they add up to 360 degrees. They've got to be equal. You can figure those things out there. Okay, and there's a few questions here that make you think about the properties of a parallelogram and your other reasons that you know in geometry.